guys, welcome. It's Monday. I can't believe it's Monday already. Like I'm kind of out of sorts, but not out of sorts. You guys, welcome to the Melanated Way. I'm Linda Antwi, your host. We have another very special exclusive, something that's in the news right now that we're all talking about. We're trying to figure out as content creators, how we can own our own content, how we can make money off of that content. And of course, we're going to have to talk about OnlyFans. And if we're talking about OnlyFans, we have to talk about Stephanie, our favorite 90-day Stephanie, because she's doing it and she's doing it the right way. She's making investments. She's doing cryptocurrency. And, you know, she has not been shy since day one that she's part of the OnlyFans content creators. And now what? As of September, October, it's not going to be a thing. So I want to welcome Stephanie to our show. Hi, girl. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hi, how's it going?
It's going really, really good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited. There's so much going on. It's weird because it's a dark, scary, sad time for a lot of adult entertainers and sex workers, but there's also this feeling of excitement because there's a lot of new opportunities.
Absolutely. And you know, the interesting thing, and I do want to start from the beginning, but I do want to say this. The interesting thing is there's so much stigma about sex workers, about creating adult content online, but everyone's doing it. And I think that we're all adults here, right? Mm-hmm. And so if I did a poll, 1 in 10 people, and said, hey, you know, do you watch porn online? Do you have your favorite, you know, worker online? Do you have your favorite position? All the things, because I always say on my show, sex is important. I don't care who, what, where, why, when. It's important in not only in relationships, but just in your whole well-being. It's part of who you are, right? We are sexual creatures. And so it's so interesting to me that stigma is still out there. And I think it's out there because people are afraid to talk about it. But luckily, we're here right now. We're talking about it and we're not afraid to talk about it.
Absolutely not. It's my favorite thing to talk about.
I love it. I wanted to kind of take it back before we get into all the OnlyFans stuff, because that is what's making the headlines right now. But I want to kind of just remind people how we met you, how we know you. As you know, I cover all things 90 Day Fiance, and we met you on that franchise. And I think that there's a lot of stuff still, Stephanie, to this day, because you and I have been in contact, you know, here and there. And there's a lot of things that I've learned about you over the years after your season ended that I really knew nothing about. And I think that that's still the case.
Yes.
So I wanted to take it back to your season of 90 Day Fiance. And I wanted to first ask you, what's the biggest misconception about you that people still have to this day?
That I am a miserable person. I think the show showed a side of me that was, well, I was in a really bad place at that time, which is obviously the number one thing what people say. I was in a bad place.
Yeah.
But, you know, I was physically, with my health, with my self-esteem, with my confidence, my ability to trust people. I just was not the person I wanted to be and not the person that I am today. So I watch myself on Before the 90 Days and I have a hard time connecting the dots. I'm like, is that really me?
Right.
Because people in my life know me as somebody who's really positive, really happy, upbeat. And on the show, I was kind of a Debbie Downer. So, you know, I sucked. So it's cool. It's good.
And here's the thing, though. We all have our moments, right? So the difference is your moments are being filmed.
Yes.
Right?
Mine was on a television show during the pandemic when everybody was sitting at home watching it. And of course, like, I think that anybody watching me, including myself, can find things to rag on about, you know, how I acted. I definitely did not act in the best way. So, you know, but at the very least, I hope it made at least somewhat entertaining television.
Oh, absolutely it did. And you know it did. People are still talking about it to this day. So the first thing I wanted to cover, so how is your health and what updates do you feel comfortable sharing with people right now?
So my health is good. I am vaccinated and I am living less in fear. and life is good. I'm better today than I have been even before, when I was healthy, before I got sick.
Okay.
I feel like I've also taken the time to work on my mental health as well. I've started doing therapy. I've started taking better care of myself. I'm exercising, eating healthier. So, I'm just like constantly trying to improve.
Okay. And then the other thing I need to ask you, and it's the question that remains to be asked. So you went to Australia, and for the franchise, you were really one of the first couples that we saw that was in a same-sex relationship. But you guys didn't really get that credit because people didn't really believe it.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you, and again, it's all whatever you're comfortable sharing. So what would you say your status is? Because it's so fluid nowadays, right? We can't really put anything in a box, right? So you, and not you, but just in general, you can be like asexual, or I like men, I like women, I like both. It can be all the things, right? It can be all the things. And I even to this day, I do interviews all the time, Stephanie, and I have to make sure, like, am I using the pronouns right? Am I saying the right thing, and all the things? And I'm still learning on a regular basis. So what is your status, and how do we address you?
So I am still considering myself bisexual, although it's not what I lead with. It's not how I label myself when I introduce myself to people. I'm just kind of like a love is love person. I click with who I click with. Over the past 2 years now, I think, that I've been single, I've dated both men and women, and I dislike both equally.
Oh, facts. Facts. Listen, let's not even get there. I date men exclusively, but I gotta tell you, this whole like pandemic dating is so crazy to me. It's so crazy to me. Like, I feel like maybe I missed my mark. Like, maybe I should have met my dude like straight out of university and then just called it a day.
No, you need time to like explore yourself and do stuff and have fun. I'm 30 now, and I'm not putting any pressure on myself. I'm just having fun. I met somebody recently, and
Ooh.
I don't know.
Tell us more.
I don't know what's going on. I guess, we'll find out eventually, but
I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get into the nitty gritty of things. So first and foremost, I'm trying to grow. I'm a little bit older than you. I think you said you just turned 30.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm a couple of years older than you, but I'm trying to grow up to be like you, because you are like a business connoisseur, so to speak, and entrepreneur that I just like. What I think a lot of people don't realize how hard you work. And so a couple of things just from following you and seeing some of the things you do. So everyone knows, yeah, okay, Stephanie's on OnlyFans, but you're into like cryptocurrency, you're into like real estate, all the things that are like wealth building. And I think I messaged you and I was just like, dude, I cut you off there. I got too excited. I need to learn some things from you, like especially just for me jumping into like cryptocurrency and how you are able to make it fun and exciting. And hey, listen, you know what? If there's a little like NSFW included in that, why not? Why not make money and have fun at the same time? All the things.
That's what I'm about. I'm about making money and having, like, I'm in the business of pleasure. I tell people that all the time. And crypto is kind of boring. There's a lot of terminology. It can feel very intimidating for people who are just trying to get into it. They might be like, oh, no, I'm not smart enough to understand all the concepts. But it's like, actually, no. It's like once you get past like the terminology and everything, it's actually pretty easy. And hey, let me slap on a cute picture with my cleavage out and
all the things. And I'm about that life. I love it. And I think that's what makes it interesting, because like you said, people that don't know a lot, they might be like, hey, oh, but I like this pretty picture of Stephanie. What is she talking about? And oh, by the way, I can make money too. Let me do that. So I applaud you on all of those things. So maybe let's start there. Let's start with, so you have a program that you can subscribe to your site. And we're not going to talk about what we're going to talk about later. But for right now, you can subscribe and then also learn about the cryptocurrencies. Yes. How long have you been in it knowing about cryptocurrencies and investing?
So I first began investing in cryptocurrency back in like 2016, except I knew nothing about it. And I put in like $300 and doubled my money, freaked out, and took it all out. Now, had I kept my money in crypto in 2016, I would have a lot more money. So, I'm obviously a lot smarter about it now. And really during the pandemic, I had a little bit more free time. I'm usually a homebody anyway, but during the pandemic, even more so, I just became a complete hermit. So I just, started watching some YouTubers, started following some guides on Twitter. And I also actually ended up meeting somebody who sort of became my mentor. And together we decided that we were going to develop a crypto crash course, but in a sexy way.
Yeah.
And we would, partner up and offer this course on OnlyFans for a monthly subscription. And every single week we put out all these guides. They're really visually, aesthetically appealing. We would do a weekly crypto digest every Sunday. I dress up in lingerie and costumes, and I break down all the biggest news in crypto each week. Who are the biggest gainers, losers? What are some promising blockchain projects? So it was really fun. It's really cool. But of course, now with the things going on in OnlyFans world, changes are happening again. But just like with crypto and in business, you have to always be one step ahead of the game. You have to always look forward. Yeah. And, if you have a setback, if a platform is trying to kick you off, don't give up. Don't throw the towel in. What else? What's the next step? What are we going to do now?
And I absolutely agree with that. And so here's the thing. So my new outlook on life is this. So anytime I hear bad news, I'm like, how are we going to make this a good thing? Yeah. And I'm going to give you an example. So I was traveling this weekend, and the person that I was hanging out with is into vintage cars. And he's like, yeah, I bought this vintage car and, I don't really have time to deal with it, all the things, la, la, la. Should I just scrap it? And I'm like, well, no, because vintage cars are a thing, right? Mm-hmm. And out here in LA, he's like, well, who's going to come to wherever I was and pick up this car? I mean, the car, I could probably get $4,000 for scrap. So I was like, well, there are people that are into vintage cars, and especially in Los Angeles. So why don't you go ahead and list it in Los Angeles? Mm-hmm. They can make the trip out to where we are. They'll pick up the car, you'll make money, and boom, that's the thing. So my point being is, how do you make something that seems like it's not a great thing into something that's good? And you have been able to do that. So I'm going to pop this up on screen because we're going to talk about it. So as everyone knows, because it's been the big news for the past week and a half, OnlyFans is going to ban pornographic content. So adult content, they're trying to steer away from adult content, even though OnlyFans is known for its adult content, and people have made millions and millions as creators, and OnlyFans has become a household name because of those creators. And we know that there's a lot of 90-dayers that are on OnlyFans and they make money. And there's also a lot of, and not just 90-dayers, but there are also a lot of people that are not known household names that have been able to live a specific lifestyle because they have a following on OnlyFans. So I wanted to first start here. What are your thoughts on this ban before we actually get into the nitty-gritty of it?
OnlyFans built their entire platform off of the backs of sex workers. So the fact that they are doing this, and not to mention, creators had to find out through the news before they even found it out from OnlyFans. I mean, that is such a betrayal, such a complete slap in the face. I cannot tell you how angered I am about this. Yeah. And I'm also so mad at all the memes, oh, all you girls are going to go and sell chicken nuggets now and this and that. It's it's not funny. You know, this supported a lot of people through a really hard time through the pandemic. A lot of people feed their families with the money that they make from this. So it's not really like a laughing matter or something to joke about, you know?
And I also too want, just to jump off of what you're saying, is let's all just be real here, you guys. So I've said it at the top of the show and I'm going to continue to say it. We're all adults here.
Yes.
Let's all not pretend that we have not had sex or sex is not important in our life. Let's not all pretend that we haven't seen a porn site. Let's not all pretend that we haven't looked at sexy pictures, even on any other platform. Let's not pretend that that's not a thing.
Yeah. And you want to know something? It's the people who have the most to say that have the craziest skeletons in their closets.
100%.
Right?
100%. Yeah. They're the loudest trolls that want to say all the things. They want to do what you, and I say you in the general terms, are doing, but they don't do it, but they're mad that someone else is doing it. So let me just talk shit about it because it makes me feel better because, oh, they're making this dollars, they're making this dollars. I see all the memes. And I will say this. So my show, my page, the blog, all the things, I'm just not about that life. I'm all about supporting women, supporting people, and just having people move forward in a positive way. And we can all learn from each other. And so I see the memes about, oh, OnlyFans is ending. All these people are going to have no jobs. This person's going to have to do this and this and this and this. And I'm like, but what are you going to do? So what are you going to do? Because clearly you're in the know, and clearly you watch and see the same things that we all see, but you're making the biggest stink about it. You're making a stink because you don't know what you're about to do with yourself.
I agree. And, you know, I just can't understand ever being in a place in my life where I would feel like I would want to celebrate someone losing their job.
Yeah.
You know, and they say it's because they don't respect the work that these people are doing. But it's like, well, I don't respect you talking shit online. So
and here's the thing, you may not respect it, but like you said, there are plenty of people that have been able to feed their families, keep a roof over their head. And let's be clear here, and I will be clear, sex work, whether it's sex work out in real life or online, is work. Creating content is work. Adult content is work, and we're all adults here. So you in the general term of things, may not agree with it, but there are plenty of people that are making a healthy lifestyle with something that is inherent of our sexual beings, that it's okay. So we can all calm down. Maybe it's not for you in the general terms specifically, but there's a market for it.
Yeah, so. And you know, OnlyFans for a period of time provided a safe place for people to do it.
Yeah,
where women are not being taken advantage of or exploited, where women can take control of the content that they make and make money on their own terms.
Yeah.
So, you know, obviously that's no longer going to be a thing, and that's a whole nother discussion.
Yes. So I want to talk a little bit about this. So this is shit you should care about. I want to read a few things so that people understand what exactly is going on with OnlyFans. So the first thing that they posted, a lot of people are getting the OnlyFans story wrong, and the reality of it is a lot more damaging and concerning to both the livelihood of sex workers and online freedom in general. And we've talked about online freedom on my show quite a bit, but I need people to understand where it lays and where it lands with OnlyFans specifically. So OnlyFans isn't ditching porn and sex workers because it's trying to get new investments, right? So the thing that we've heard is that they're trying to go quote unquote legit. They want to get away from adult content and start getting major corporations to brand them. And they say that they started off, for example, like, hey, if you're a great cook, go online and show your recipes and people will subscribe to that. And they're trying to get back to the root of what they allegedly started to do. Mm-hmm. Okay, so back to this. OnlyFans isn't ditching porn and sex workers because it's trying to get a new investment. It's ditching them because on October 1st, of 2021, MasterCard is implementing new rules governing sites with adult content that use their payment processing systems. Goes on to say from Shit You Should Care About, these rules will basically require that OnlyFans and every other site that accepts MasterCard payments, and guys, that's important for you to understand that it's every single other site that accepts MasterCards, not only fully verify every user and every person who appears in every adult video, but review all posted content before publication, including real-time review of live streams. Goes on to say, you should care about that the new records keeping, review process, verification, and other requirements are going to be expensive and time consuming, which is very important for you guys to understand for the big business of it all. OnlyFans seems to have decided it's not worth it. More importantly, though, these rules will put incredible pressure on smaller sites and indie creators. Goes on to say, of course, they could just decide to not accept MasterCard, but it's likely Visa and others will follow suit eventually. The end result? Well, the change on its site will be harder to sell sexually explicit content online unless you are part of a major player that can afford the cost to meet the new requirements. Indie sex workers will be driven out and larger companies will be more powerful. Now, I want to stop there and get your thoughts on what they're saying here specifically.
Yes. So I read a lot of articles, and apparently there was an investigation done into OnlyFans, which unearthed that although OnlyFans claims that there is very good moderation on their site, that there was in fact a lot of illegal content on OnlyFans. I'm sure you can imagine what I mean by that.
Yeah.
And obviously, when the credit card companies became aware of this information, of the results of this study, that is how all of this ensued. I understand it. I mean, OnlyFans is $1 billion company. They should have implemented the right type of moderation and put in the technology and the manpower to make sure something like this didn't happen. This is complete negligence on their part, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
And this isn't the first time that they've kind of screwed people over. This happened during the pandemic when there were so many chargebacks from a particular creator. I'm not going to names.
Yep. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Chargebacks. There's been chargebacks. There's been leaks. There are things that, and I want to say this, also too, for the record, OnlyFans is what it is because of content creators like yourself. And I think that they should remember that. And so all the things with the bigger companies, the credit card companies, the leaks and such, OnlyFans wouldn't be where it is today if it wasn't for the content creators. So I think it's unfortunate that it's come to this point. And I don't think, in my opinion, and again, you guys, all of this is Stephanie and I, this is just our opinion. All the things that we are talking about are alleged, and you can find them online. So you don't come for us specifically. We're just reporting on stuff that we've already heard and seen in the news.
And a lot of it is speculative. I mean, nothing's set in stone. We still don't know for 100% certain what's going to happen in October. But my motto is always to not put all of your eggs into one basket.
Yes. Because you're an entrepreneur and we can all learn from you. So let's talk about that. So Stephanie, the reason why we wanted to talk to you today specifically is that you are launching, in addition to all of your other businesses, Unfiltered, which is a new platform for creators. So all the creators out there that are kind of being displaced by OnlyFans, guess what? Stephanie has been in the works in the back, busy working like a busy bee, creating this new platform called Unfiltered. So let's talk about Unfiltered, Stephanie. Tell us a little bit about it.
So Unfiltered began a few months ago. I ran into an issue with my OnlyFans. I was having a very hard time growing my following because I could not share my OnlyFans link or profile to promote it on any of my social media platforms.
And is that new?
Well, you get community strikes or you get warnings whenever you post about it. So YouTube will flag you if you talk about OnlyFans or if you post about OnlyFans. You'll get a community strike and possibly have your entire profile deleted if you share your OnlyFans account to promote it. Same thing with Snapchat. So it became very frustrating that OnlyFans is this like blacklisted platform that you can't really share. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to create and develop my very own platform. This is going to be my website where I host all of my sexy content. And it can be just one space where people can see my sexy crypto crash course. They can see my sexy content. They can call me. They can talk to me. And it's just like the Stepanka app. Mm-hmm. And then I started thinking more about it. And I was like, you know, I have a pretty big network of fellow models, adult entertainers, reality TV stars, YouTubers, TikTokers. I know all of these people. Why don't I invite them to join me on this platform that I eventually named Unfiltered? And it could be kind of like a special VIP network of my fellow friends and creators. And it's a safe place for us that we can safely share with our fans without being banned. And it can grow from that. Once other smaller creators see us being successful on the platform, maybe then we can also have them join us. So, you know, right now it's a little baby, but I'm growing it into a full-grown child. So
I love it. And, yeah. I think that that's how most platforms start. So is it invite only as of right now?
So we have an approval process because we are currently working on the soft launch, and we want to make sure that we take on only the amount of creators we can handle, because just like OnlyFans, they had way too many creators. They don't have enough manpower for oversight of the content. That's what got them into all the trouble in the first place. So we want to make sure that, you know, our server, our website, and we have enough people working to be able to handle the amount of creators we have for launch. Once we work out all the kinks, once we, you know, feel confident and ready, we will then begin approving more creators. But it is a more strict approval process than other fan websites because we want to vet our creators to make sure that they are serious, that they are not going to be engaging in illegal activity, and that they bring something unique to the table as well, because we want to have as many different types of creators. We want to have diversity. We want to have good quality content that people feel good purchasing.
Love that. Now, talk to me a little bit about what the invite process looks like, what the kind of payment looks like. We're looking at one of your slides. It says, come join an exclusive and private platform made by creators for creators. Lower cuts because 20% is way too much.
Yes. So we felt that we wanted to offer an incentive for new creators, and 20% is too much. That's how much OnlyFans takes. So we wanted to really take it down as low as possible, but obviously we still have to pay to maintain the site. So we felt that 15% would be a good happy medium. And we also are providing more protection for our creators. So far, for the creators that we have on board for the soft launch, we have leak protection services for them. So we have employed a staff of people who will constantly be searching the internet for leaked content and issuing DMCA takedowns for anything that's been leaked. So, and that's completely free, and it's included as being a creator. And we also are offering personal assistance to people who need help running their account, who, you know, need help scheduling things or posting photos. So that's like something special and exclusive that we are really offering to our founding creators. And we really wanted to focus on quality over quantity for our launch.
I love that. Now, let's talk a little bit about, so your free followers versus your paying followers. So you can come on to Unfiltered and kind of start off with a few free followers and then convert them.
This is the biggest asset I believe we have with this platform. With OnlyFans, you had to make a choice. Do I have a free page or do I do a subscription page? On Unfiltered, you can have all of that under one page. So you can select which of your posts on your feed are free to see. And all people have to do in order to see those posts is click follow, and they can see all your free stuff that you have.
I love that.
But there's some blurred out images there. There's some censored images. And in order to unlock those, you would need to either pay a one-time fee or join a subscription level. And there's multiple subscription levels. So you could have a $10 subscription, $20 subscription, a VIP level subscription, and it's all under one page. So you don't have to keep telling people, join me here, join me there, join me there. It's like, it's all one place.
I love that.
Yes. I'm very excited about it.
Now, when are we launching? When's the launch, Stephanie? Tell us a little bit about the launch and what that looks like.
So soft launch is August 28th. We have about 40 creators on board, and a lot of the names you guys will recognize. So I'm very excited to show you who we have on board for launch. It's very exciting. There will be some exclusive content on Unfiltered from all of us that can only be found on Unfiltered. Super rare, unique pieces of content. So go check it out. August 28th.
August 28th is a big day.
Hey.
Just in time for all the OnlyFans creators to kind of migrate over. Want to talk about this no bans from social network. So you can promote yourself in peace, it says. You can safely promote, share your links in your bio of your Instagram, TikTok, and attract audiences from all other social networks without risk of getting banned. Talk to me a little bit about how you were able to do that, because we did just talk about how when you share it on other known social media platforms that you can get a strike.
Yes. So Unfiltered, when you go to the main page, it's safe. There is no nudity on the free part of the page. So it hasn't been flagged yet by any of the social media sites. Can things change? Yes. But so far, I think we're pretty confident that it should be safe to share the links on social media, and you're not going to get any community strikes.
Now, are you ready, Stephanie, for this site to basically blow up?
I would be happiest if this site became a place where people can share their content stress-free. Mm-hmm. And I just want people to be happy. Like, I'm waiting for the first month when the creators come back to me and tell me, hey, I had the best month ever. I made a killing. My fans are happy. Everyone's happy. I'm a Virgo, so I'm like, I love micromanaging people. Like, I want to create a happy, wonderful, safe space that respects its creators, because listen, I've been demonetized on YouTube. I've gotten so many damn community strikes on Instagram. Now OnlyFans is kicking me off. Patreon kicked me off. I'm sick of it. I want a home.
But here we are, and this is what I'm saying. So all the bad things, how do you make it something amazing? And you've been able to take all of your knowledge, experience, creating online, and say, hey, you know what? I have to own my own content at this point. And where can I help other people own their own content? And boom, you created Unfiltered. I wanted to pop this up as well because I thought it was important for people to see. It says OnlyFans created or catered their platform almost exclusively to sex workers, built their wealth and popularity off the backs of sex workers, and with only a year, ditched the creators who made their empire so that they can cater to banks. Even if you don't use the site, you should be pissed. And here's why I thought that this was important, is because we are really getting into an area where it is all about big business. And big business, I don't need to break it down for you guys. You guys, as my viewers, know we've talked about this a lot. You know, you can name the 3 main big businesses that are making money. We've all been in a pandemic. We've somehow been affected by that. And to be able to own your own content and make money from the time and effort, because you guys, it is time and effort. You may or may not agree with it. I personally don't care where you lay on that, but at the end of the day, just like how I create content, people are creating content, and that just, you don't just wake up and be like, hey, so this is what I'm doing today. It takes production, it takes lighting, it takes a breakdown of what exactly you're going to do. It takes makeup, it takes hair, it takes wardrobe, it takes all the things that you would see at a big Hollywood studio, but people are doing it for themselves. And so they do deserve to be rewarded for that hard work. And there's a space for everyone. Would you agree with that assessment, Stephanie?
Absolutely. And, I'm tired of the stigma and for people making assumptions about people because of the work that they do online in the comfort of their own home by themselves.
Yeah.
It's like people, and this is going back to even the show, people are like, oh, well, you were so shy on the show. Well, yeah, I'm shy. Put me in front of a person, I won't even know what to do with myself, But yeah. When I'm home alone, yeah, I can put on a latex bodysuit and take a whip and play pretend.
Yeah.
I played dress up as princess when I was 5 years old, but I'm not going to be ruling any kingdoms in real life. So it's like, it's fun to dress up. It's fun to play pretend. And there is a lot of business involved in doing this, and consistency and hard work. I don't take days off. Every single day from the moment I wake up, I'm in full glam. I'm planning out my content, what I'm going to be filming that day. If I try to take a day off, I'm like,
right. Right. Listen, and I fully understand that. Just even as a reporter, I took the weekend off, Stephanie, and I came back and I was like, how? What happened?
Yeah,
I was offline for 3 days, and all the things. Now I have to play catch up. So it's a thing.
But you know what? You need to take days off, though. I found that out. Like, it's crucial for self-care and mental health. So
it absolutely is. And listen, I don't know the half of it because, again, I'm not in your guys' position, but just as a reporter reporting on things that, I'm very indifferent, and I like to report things. I like to feel unbiased, unless it warrants me to throw a little bit of my opinion in.
Yeah.
But people online they're very opinionated. They got a lot to say. And sometimes you just need to take a break from that, because it can be very toxic, and it can be like, hey, listen, you guys, maybe you all need to get a little jiggy. Yeah. And maybe you all need a little sexy time. Maybe get off of wherever you are right now that you're mad about, whatever you're mad about, and go have some sexy time, go have some self-care, whatever. Because I promise you, tomorrow it's not going to be that big of a deal.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Totally. Like Celebrity X, you saw them, flash their booty, and you're not happy about it, and you want to let me know, like Stephanie, they want to let me know in my DMs, how dare I post about this, and maybe we should just cancel this person, and how dare I decide that this is not a big deal, and all the things.
Yeah.
And I'm always like, okay, well, that's great, but maybe you should just take a minute to just relax, see if this is that important to you tomorrow.
Exactly. Go relax. Go enjoy some content on Unfiltered.
Right. Get some content and maybe make your own content. Yeah. And see how you feel tomorrow.
That makes me the happiest is when I'm making content. I was dressed up as Tank Girl today, which was really cool. I don't know if you guys know the 90s cult classic Tank Girl, but I did a whole photo set, and I was just walking around my house with a helmet and big goggles and fishnets. I was and my dogs are looking at me what the hell, but it was fun.
Now I need to ask you, and you don't have to tell me specifically, but I've heard so many things, and I will pop this up as well. So you and I talked about this a little bit offline. So Tigga is also ditching OnlyFans. He's launching his own platform as well called MyStar to continue with the adult content, because clearly OnlyFans is not going to be where it's at. So reportedly he's made about 8 million on OnlyFans with $20 per month subscription packages. And we've heard a lot of things, Stephanie. And so this is a 2-tier question. First question is that his new site is not launching until October. Yours is launching at the end of this month.
Yes.
Do you think that you have a little bit of a jump on things because you are launching first?
Well, I think he has a little jump on me because he's Tyga. And I'm sure he knows a lot of people. But I think it's really cool. And anytime someone more mainstream gets involved in this industry, well, it doesn't always help. But I want to have hope that it will help and that it will help, with the stigma of it. I hope his platform is awesome. I'm sure it'll bring something cool and new to the table too. But I'm really going to just focus on mine and making mine special and unique. And I really have confidence that the creators I have are really amazing. I mean, they're people that I follow. They're people I've known for years that I've followed on YouTube that all really have a loyal following. And I think their content is amazing. So they're not maybe the Tyga level content creators, but they're creators that are, mid-tier YouTubers who, still are popular, but aren't like, A-list celebrities. Right. I think there needs to be a space for everybody on the internet, right?
Yeah.
And it does bother me that a lot of indie creators are being negatively affected, and hopefully we can bring on even smaller creators, and we are trying to, but there's only so much room we have on our platform right now. But over time, as this grows, as we as we figure things out more, we will try to get smaller creators onto our platform because I care about them.
Yeah. And I feel like that's kind of how you start, right? You start small and then it grows. Word of mouth, and also their experiences. So creators' experiences online is going to be a main thing, right? So if they have a great experience on your site, they tell other creators, they post about it and it grows from there, and it's organic. And then you get the people that you really want to have.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And then, you feel like you can trust these creators to create good content that people will enjoy and that is done safely.
Yeah. Okay. So Stephanie, I have to ask you, because, I think we've all thought about it. At least I've thought about it. And, on my show, I tend to make jokes like, oh, I'm going to do like a OnlyFans for feed, or I'm going to do like a OnlyFans for international because I'm Canadian, all the things.
You're Canadian. That's why I love you so much.
I know.
Oh my gosh. I love Canadians.
Yeah, we kind of rock.
You guys are the better version of us.
Basically. Don't even let me get started. I'll talk more to you about this offline, but I was just in a red state this weekend, and it was a whole thing for me. I was like, oh my God. I loved it, but then I was confused, and I was like, what's happening? What's happening?
Yeah.
And what's happening? But like amazing people and so kind and friendly and all the things. It just was like,
it's weird.
It's weird.
It's a weird place right now. I don't even know like where to begin with it. I'm just happy. I live in Connecticut. Nobody ever thinks about Connecticut. Nothing ever happens in Connecticut. It's like Connecticut. So
that is true.
No, a lot on 90 Day happens in Connecticut.
You know what? That's a true statement, and I'm going to leave it right there. True. But I need to ask you. So the money on OnlyFans, I've heard anything from, and tell me if I'm in the ballpark, but I've heard anything from like a medium content creator to a major content creator, anywhere from 30,000 to 100,000 a month. Is that accurate?
Yes. Yeah, and I mean, I know some big creators on OnlyFans who are easily pulling in 300K plus a month.
See,
that's crazy. But I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing that people can make that kind of money. It is wild. But people always get like scared sharing how much they make because then that just brings more hate,
Yeah, and I understand that, but I also want people to understand that it's a business. And if you can make you, in the general term of things, if you are a small to medium creator, maybe you're not on a hit TV show, maybe your name is not well known, but you create consistent good content, there's an audience for that.
Oh, absolutely. 100%.
And you can support yourself on that. And I think that that's why a lot of people do it. And I think that's why a lot of people don't really understand the importance of being able to create your own content, but also make money. Because at the end of the day, we live in a capitalist society. And oftentimes people work themselves to the bone and they still don't have enough money to pay their bills. And I think that that's the part where I'm just like, make your money. Anyone who has the ability to do it and make your money, because there's a certain freedom comes from owning your own content and doing what you want to do.
Yeah. And of course, like the picture isn't super rosy. Like, it's not all about the money. There's obviously, implications such as, family being against it, and the mental health aspect of it too can be hard sometimes. So it's not all, sunshine and rainbows. But I think that if you're someone who can do it and can be smart about it, can handle it mentally, and who's, saving your money, putting that money away and not blowing it, all of it, then, it could be great. You invest that money, you put that money into a new business, and and it can eventually turn into kind of what I'm doing. I'm a creator that's created a platform. I know plenty of other creators who have gone off and done other businesses, who've opened up their own stores, who've opened up their own websites with the money that they've earned doing work like OnlyFans. So, it's not, everyone's like, oh, what are you going to do when the money runs out? I'm like, what do you mean? Like, do you know what I'm doing with my money? Like, how do you know that I'm not saving my money and putting it in the bank? How do you know that I'm not investing my money? And why are you so concerned with my money?
Right.
So it's pretty crazy, but yeah. Or people are like, your looks will fade. I'm like, so what? And if I still want to do OnlyFans as a granny, I would.
Right, because you know what? There's a market for that too.
There's a market for it. Exactly.
Now, here's the thing I wanted to ask you as well, Stephanie, is that from what I've seen is that you are an investor. So when people come at you with all the things and, again, your money is your money, and I don't want to get into specifics, but I do know that you think about the future. You think about investing in other things. And from what you've shared, just on social media alone, it's not just about, oh, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but I'm also going to invest in my future. Maybe I'll do like stocks. We've talked about cryptocurrency, which is, the future. We've talked about real estate, all the things. Did you always have that background, or did you learn it? How did you know that? Like I said, I'm trying to grow up and be like you. How did you know that, hey, these are the financial moves that I need to make?
I think growing up with a single mom, and we struggled a lot. I always watched my mom do whatever was necessary to get ahead. And so she really instilled that mentality in me where I could and I've struggled a lot throughout my life. I remember there was a point in my life I was living out in LA and I had $20 in my bank account. And I went to the liquor store and I bought a bottle of Corbel. and I was like, I'm going to be okay. And but I always felt like I will do what is absolutely necessary, and some people have a certain level of oh, I wouldn't do that. No, I'll do it. I will do what I need to do to get ahead, to make money, to put food on my table, to put a roof over my head. So, and I'm not the smartest. I'm not the prettiest. I'm not the, whatever. But I am, I think, one of the most hardworking.
Yeah.
And that's what will always set you apart, because there's no shortage of brilliant, beautiful people in this world.
Yeah.
You just got to be the one that works harder than them.
Works harder and also works smarter. So you make your money and you use that money to make more money. And I think that that's what you do brilliantly. I'm still trying to learn some things But I appreciate that about you. So August 28th, Unfiltered. The random person, can they come to your site, Stephanie, sign up and be put on a short list, a wait list? What does that look like for the average content creator who wants to get into maybe just starting in adult content? And also, I guess I didn't ask you as well, is it only adult content or are there other things that they can do on the site?
So we have a few different types of creators. We have people who will be posting vlog type content. We have somebody who wants to have their podcast on there. We have somebody who does face painting, who's a really well-known TikToker with over 1 million followers. Mm-hmm. So there's going to be a little bit of everything, but yes, there are a lot of adult content creators on the website for launch. This is soft launch. So the gates have kind of closed for how many more people we are accepting at this point.
Okay.
In the next month or so, people do have the option right now actually to apply. So there is a link on my website where people can apply to become creators, and they just fill out a questionnaire form, and we will take them into consideration. But we are looking to bring more smaller creators on board too, because we don't want this to just be, a super closed off site that only has, reality TV influencers on it. We want to open it up to everybody. And we've already allowed some smaller creators on board for the launch to give them the opportunity. And somebody commented on my Instagram. They're like, oh, I applied and nobody messaged me, and it's because I don't fit your beauty standard. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? I'm like, we have so many different types of people on the site. I just wish we had more men. But the men aren't coming. So I'm like, all right. So any sexy men who want to come on to Unfiltered, come on down, because
here's your invite, sexy men. And I know there's a lot of you out there. So Unfiltrd.com, they are welcoming you.
Yes.
And so just to be clear, so right now for the soft launch, you have all the people that you need. Mm-hmm. But there is going to be like a wait list or something.
Yes.
Of the like.
People can apply right now. Yep. And, very shortly we will be allowing more creators in. But we really, for this just soft launch on August 28th, we just really want to focus on making sure the site is running well, seamlessly, everybody's happy. It's kind of like it's our first night open.
Yes.
Make sure everything goes off without a hitch.
Get all the kinks out.
Yes, right? It's like opening night at a restaurant. Yeah. And I'm Gordon Ramsay, and I'm walking around making sure everything's okay. And then we'll open the doors to more people. But people can apply to be creators right now. We will get back to them very soon. And people who want to join as fans and enjoy the content, they'll be able to access the website August 28th.
August 28th, you guys, is the big day. Soft launch for Unfiltered, Unfiltrd.com. Stephanie is doing all the things, you guys. You definitely want to make sure you're following her all across her social medias. You can learn all the things cryptocurrency. You can learn all the things sexy. You can learn all the things real estate. You can learn all the things about making content online as a content creator. And you know what? If you're just a fan, you can just be that too. You can be a fan. Exactly. And we love fans everywhere we go, because without you guys, there's no point of us making content. So come on over to Unfiltrd.com, August 28th for the soft launch. And then as it expands, because OnlyFans is going, you guys, and we all know it, as it expands, you have an option to continue to create all the things that we want to see. So Stephanie, thank you so much for your time. Last words, anything that you want people to know about you that they don't know already.
I just want to give my dogs a shout out for really being the ones who make everything possible. Frankie, my pug, and Milo, my black lab. They are the foundation of my well-being in life. they're the reason I do everything I do. They're the reason I created Unfiltered.
Oh, that's so. I want a French bulldog. I want a gray one with I want one specific. I've seen it a million times, and I've wanted one for a long time. But I don't want to go to a breeder. I want to do all the things Canadian rescue. We do the whole 9 yards.
Oh man.
And so it's taking some time.
Yeah, they're very in demand.
Yes, they are. They are. But maybe there will be another type of dog that just comes my way that just
get a scraggly street dog from the street. That's what my first dog is a designer dog.
Yeah.
He's also a rescue. I got him out of some random lady's van in Anaheim. It was super sketchy. But she claimed it was a rehoming situation. But I was I don't know. And then the second time I got a dog, I was all right, I need to do this a little bit more legitimately. So let me go to an organization. And I got this this street dog. He's from the streets.
Yeah.
And he is so funny. I love them both. They're oh my gosh, if there's a way for you to insert a photo, please do, because they're so cute. I love them.
I'll do that. I love that. Guys, August 28th, Unfiltered. New platform, NSFW. You can do it. You can be a creator. You can be a fan. You can just be a subscriber. All the things. It's just possible. Don't be a hater. You know what? And haters are gonna hate. You know what? You want to come on and hate? How? Maybe we should answer that question, Stephanie. So, how are you guys going to deal with the haters? Because there will be haters. I'm trying to be nice to them. Yeah.
I feel once you acknowledge a hater and are really sweet to them, they're they don't know what to do, right? They're shit, they're a deer in headlights.
Yeah. They're wait, are you talking to me? I'm sorry. I made that comment, but maybe you misunderstood what I was saying. Yeah. No, I understood.
You can always convert the haters into fans, just how you can convert free followers on Unfiltered to paying subscribers. So I'm the queen of converting people.
I love that.
In that way, not in any other way.
Guys, Unfiltered, August 28th. Definitely make sure that you check out that soft launch. Stephanie, thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you. And you guys make sure that you're there, because we will definitely be there. All right, guys. Bye for now. We will see you soon.
Bye. Thanks.